This is the Madison College website. It is not our proposed site design. I want to start here, however, because it was suggested to me very early on in the design process that our site design really needs to work with the branding decisions that Madison College has spent thousands and thousands of dollars to create in the last few years. They have a new website within the last few years, and I have tried to pick up on some of the design decisions. I do agree that our site can't be dramatically different. It should look unique and individual, but I have picked up on the color palette. There's a lot of tabbing, many uses of these rounded corners. Those are the things that I've keyed in the most. So as I move into our proposed design, know that that's where the influences have come from. Without further ado then, here we go to our proposed site design. Right away, hopefully, you can see the color palette, the accent color, the tabbing, the rounded corners, paying tribute, if you will, to the school site. However, I really wanted this to be more of a visual explosion of images, of artwork, and in your face, here's what we do, and here's what we do really well. The main area of concern for me right now is, unfortunately, one of the things that I like the most about this site, and that is this framing device of all of these snippets of student artwork, everything from logos to illustration to typography. I really like how this all comes together, a nice collection of what we do, a huge variety. All of the work that you see here was submitted to the matcportfolio.com website over the last several semesters. The consent, in my opinion, has been applied then that it can be used online for our site. However, it is now being used out of context. It is not being credited, and it's being used in a different way for a different website. Legally, whether or not we can use that, I have no idea. Think about that. I want to move past that, but if this is a design direction that you agree could be moved forward with, if we have to, these are only a few semesters back, so if I need to contact these people and ask for their permission, I would gladly do that. Let's move on then to the logo of sorts, which really is a type solution, a combination of nice clean representation of design versus a more flamboyant font suggestive of perhaps brush strokes, the gradation of color, more illustrative, and marrying that together with the color palette as well as the accent color and the ampersand. Something to think about here. The site name is madisoncollegedesign.com. The technical name of our program is Madison College Graphic Design and Illustration. We need to decide, can this stay as is? You might not even like this. Do we need to squeeze graphic design in here? But I know we've had discussions for the past few years about, are we just design? Are we graphic design? Is that exclusive of web design if we're saying graphic design? So all sorts of things to consider. But once again, we'll move on. The main star of this page, in my opinion, is this rotating collection of student work. It is automated. It moves on its own. Currently, I have provided a collection of everything from iconography, symbols, brochures, magazine design in this case, illustrative work, graphic work, a variety showing the range of everything that we do. These are pulled from the portfolio site as well. A brief description could be included. This piece by Flavia Conley, you can credit the student. It's a fun little gallery. You can move through at your own speed. You can click on, a specific number and go right to that. Right now there are only 12 pieces. There are probably room in this layout for about 30. The goal would be to change these often, so someone coming to our site often is not going to be bored by the same collection of pieces. The site is built on a WordPress platform. What that means is that it's a blogging platform, very easy to update information. Taking advantage of that, why not have the top things that are going on in the art department right here on the home page? As a huge disclaimer, I am not a wordsmith and I'm not a very accurate typer. I wanted to populate this with type so that you could get an idea of what it would look like from a design perspective. If you're reading this, it's probably fraught with typos and all sorts of bad language, but that's not really the point. Please look at it primarily from a design standpoint. Top stories in the department, I've left room for 3, but there is a link that if you would like to see all of the stories, clearly they can be here, more blog style. What else? Back to the home page itself. Very easy for people to request projects, request interns, find out about our curriculum, certificates, easily contact us. This is not meant to be duplicate information to what's on the website already. There will be links on these pages for students and potential students to easily go to those pages. It's meant to be an enhancement, more information, more details, things that are unique to our department that don't seem as corporate as the website of the school. This area down below, lots of social media. Hopefully people will brag about us on Facebook, tweet about us. You can subscribe to this site. So as new information is put on there, you are notified automatically, and you can email links back to the college, copyright, just basic web information. This first page is meant to be a portal, a welcome to the department. But there are 2 other main sections, a section for the faculty and a section for the students. The subtle difference when you enter these different sections will be a slight color change in the accent color. As we move into the faculty section, that accent color changed from the lemony yellow to more of a tangerine. Try to stay with this citrus-themed accent color. The lead page for the faculty will be news stories and events just about the faculty. Who's having a show? Who's creating a new class? Who's had work accepted into the historical society? We're all doing really cool stuff, so why not brag about it for our sake and for our students' benefit right here on this page. In addition, the main feature will be links to our pages so that students can learn a little bit more about us. Lots of options here. My page has pretty much everything, my own photo, name, title, a link to my email, phone. If I had a web address that could go here, my bio, classes that I teach occasionally or often, a few samples from my portfolio. Any one of these samples, however, upon clicking will launch my personal gallery. If you haven't submitted any work to me, please send me anything. I don't care what shape, what size, what resolution. I will make that work. You can hand me a CD, you can email. However, I want it to be as easy for you as possible. If you'd like a caption, send that to me. You can have as many pieces as you want. And the gallery is very easy to use. Just cycle through it. If you do not have an image of yourself, not a big deal. If you have a web address, a link will be built in to that. And if you've decided at this point in time, I don't have the time to put together a gallery, I don't want a gallery, it's clear you can be directed to my website and see work, I don't want a picture of myself, whatever you want. This is a very minimal page and I think it works just fine. That's pretty much it for the faculty section. Just a change of color again, a change of the framing artwork device over here on the right. The student section is the least developed of any, and I'm only showing it to you right now. It's a different accent color, different collection of images on the side. the point that I'm at in this process is I cannot move forward until I get a yay or nay on the design direction. WordPress is a little bit prickly in putting together, and I can't really move forward and finesse this and make more pages until you say, yes, this is a direction we can live with, and if it's not, then I haven't wasted my time completing it. I will send a sitemap along to let you know what will be in the student section, but I know we briefly talked about there will be information about the Student Creative League. There will be a section just for alumni that they can touch base through a virtual class reunion. There will be a Hall of Fame for graduates who have gone on and done really cool things. For current students, there will be resources, everything from art supply stores to four-year colleges, all sorts of cool stuff for students. None of that is here yet. Don't look for that. But again, just a reaction to the design is where I'm at right now. That is pretty much it. In closing of this digital presentation, I would like to request that you put yourself in my shoes for just a moment and imagine how challenging it is for a designer to design for a whole department of designers, all with very strong opinions, while still trying to serve the college and maintain their brand, and yet putting a face on this webpage that's differentiating yourself from the other competition, including UW-Madison. Take a look at their site, and I think you'll be underwhelmed. Madison Media Institute, actually pretty decent. Herzing College, horrible, but trying to look a little bit different from all of them. Just to reiterate, my main focus was to get the student art out and available and have it be a visual, interesting presentation. And I hope that I've achieved that. How we move forward from here, I really don't know. I can't continue the site without feedback. If you think that we all need to meet and discuss this as a group, okay, we could do that. If you think that I can just collect your individual feedback, and maybe we'll just do that and see how it happens. If half of you say gross, half of you say okay, and one of you says good, then perhaps it'll be back to the drawing board. That's where I'm at right now. I welcome your feedback. Just please pepper it with some kindness. Know that I have worked extremely hard on this and understand the challenges that have been put in place for me. But I really like it, and I hope you like it too. So I will look forward to your feedback. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. You can look at this on your own. It doesn't have to be in this little YouTube window. MadisonCollegeDesign.com/WordPress. All right, now I'm really done. Thank you.